Welcome back, and joining us now on the show is Atul Chaturvedi. He's Executive Chairman at Shree Renuka Sugars. Mr. Chaturvedi, hi, thank you so much for joining us. It's a truncated week. We understand people are eating a lot and a lot of sugar is getting consumed. I mean, that's one part of it. But with the kind of production numbers that ISMA has put out lately also do seem better. I mean, until now, the crushing may be lower than as compared to last year, but the overall numbers is the revision has been on the higher side.
People can continue to eat any amount of sugar, and that's going to be available in the country. Absolutely no issues on that front. Are you able to hear me?
I can, yes, I can.
I think as far as the production is concerned, you would remember we were in the production of about 29 million tons about 2 months back. But then subsequently the government came up with the capping of diversion of cane juice and sugar into ethanol at around 1.7 million tons. That, and coupled with the fact that we had discounted Karnataka and Maharashtra crop too much, and that was largely because of the lack of rains during August. But the subsequent October-November rains were very good, and the production has bounced back big time. So as of today, if we have to do a little bit of a guesstimate, my take is that the sugar production in the country could now be closer to anywhere between 32 to 32.5 million tons, and add to that another diversion of about 2 million tons towards ethanol. So that means in terms of sucrose, our production could be anywhere between 34 to 34.5 million tons. So that's a big number. UP was never a problem, and UP production seems to be doing quite all right. All our plants, whether they are in Karnataka or in Maharashtra or in UP, are running full-fledged. So there's no issue as far as sugar availability or quantity is concerned. The only fear which we have now is that if the government does not allow more of diversion of minimum 1 million tons towards ethanol, and maybe another 1 million tons for export, we will end up the year with another increase in carryover of about 2.5 to 3 million tons. So having a carryover of about 8 to 8.5 million tons at the end of the year may not be a very, very bright idea.
We do understand, Mr. Chaturvedi, that the government did say that they would be reviewing this on a monthly basis. For the month of January, we haven't seen a review yet. Is the expectation about further increase allotment for ethanol now perhaps would come in for the month of February?
In fact, ISMA is on record requesting the government to at least allow 1 million ton more of ethanol diversion. But if the decision gets delayed and the sugar crushing season is over and done with, then it would make no sense, because sugar cane juice would be available only during the crushing period, not post the crushing period. So I think if the decision has to be taken, it needs to be taken ASAP. But it has not been taken in the month of January for sure.
Oh, well, yes, we're at the fag end of it, and then you have a budget to look at, and I'm sure the priorities change by then. I also want to talk about the international prices, because we've seen some consolidation, even buying return into this. Now, at a time when we are still discussing and talking about ethanol diversion, would you say that the export being open even for a 1 or a 2 million tons is absolutely off the table?
I would go to the extent of saying that the Brazilian sugar industry should be greatly thankful to India. With Indian export ban, I think it was absolutely a field run for them, and they really made big money in this rally. And even now, it is Brazil, and Brazil alone, which is actually controlling the world market. So with India out of the picture, Thailand a little bit depleted of export numbers, so I think it's a field run for Brazil.
Okay. Just coming back to budget then, and are there any expectations that sugar as a sector or ethanol as an industry has from this budget, or agriculture for that matter, because you look at a whole host of agri-commodities?
No, as far as now budgetary expectations for the agri sector is concerned, I think specifics get cleared during the year itself by way of executive orders. So I don't think as sugar we are expecting anything much on the budget. But as far as edible oil is concerned, there again, I don't see any action taking place with the inflation still on the higher side and elections round the corner. I don't see too much of an action as far as the budget is concerned.
All right, so no news is good news sometimes, and as you rightly said, yes, most of the executive decisions do get taken, executed outside budget itself. So well, and this one especially is a vote of account. Thank you so much, Mr. Chaturvedi, for joining us. So well, as far as sugar is concerned, Feb is going to be an important month. The crushing is still on, and a government review, which was promised, hasn't happened in Jan. So Feb is a month that most of the industry will look forward to. But with that, that's all the time that we have on the show. Stay tuned to us, because after break, we'll get you business lunch with all the action.